Hey guys, this is Pedro back with another interview covering the 2024 League of Legends World Championship. For this occasion, I'm here accompanied by Fresskowy of Mad Lions Koi, who are coming off of a victory over PSG Talon to advance to the Swiss stage of said competition. And so, Fresskowy, as I said, moving on to the Swiss stage, I gotta give you the initial obligatory first question. How are you feeling about that?
Well, I'm really happy that we advanced to the Swiss stage because it means we're gonna get better practice, better experience. I can play against the best players in the world, so of course it's insane opportunity and experience. I'm not the happiest about my performance today because I think I didn't play the best today. I'm not sure why, so I will need to figure it out. But my team played really well today, so I'm really grateful for it.
Yeah, for sure. It was a series that had plenty of twists and turns, and one that also your team experienced a loss. Talking about game two, but still, you guys were able to move on from that and then close it out in game three. So, I want to give you your overall thoughts on the series in a general sense. What do you think was the biggest obstacle that PSG presented on you, and how are you guys able to to move past that?
I mean, for sure they were playing pretty aggressive, I would say. I think also we were not as proactive as we are usually in most of our games, I think. Especially 2 days ago, I think we were way more proactive. And yeah, I think mostly that. Like, I think we could have pressured them up way harder. We could have been way more aggressive, and I think that's what we kind of lacked today, I think.
Yeah, still like going over to game two, what do you feel just went wrong for the team right there? That kind of that necessitated the game three.
I think it was mostly decision making, and I think we were not decisive enough, I would say, because we were getting small leads. And then we just decided to do Nash and we throw the game more or less there. And from that, we were not as decisive as usually we are. So I think that was the problem in the game too, mostly. Yeah.
What was the team talk like after game two, and you guys were trying to move past that and focus on game three? What was the discussion like, and how are you able to just be at the right mindset to bring it all together for game three?
I mean, we knew that we were better than them, so we just had a discussion that, okay, guys, just calm down, just be confident in our plays, just have our own plan, just be decisive. And yeah, like we just said that we are for sure better than them, and we truly believe that. So we went with to the game three with way more confidence and decisiveness, I would say. And then also Alvaro found a pretty good Q flash on Alistar that we win the fight, and then from there we were winning most of the fights, I think, even though there was not many. I think it was like 2 or 3 maybe. But yeah, we were way more decisive, and yeah, we just won game from there.
Yeah, for sure. Bot lane especially stood out at the very end in game three. You know, with Supa finishing with 11 kills, so pretty good showing, I would say. But yeah, I want to ask you just sort of in game three, PSG kind of put out a pretty a pair of interesting selections in their comp. You know, with the Corki and the Skarner. Corki, you know, of course, you're trying to counter Aurora. I mean, what was the reaction when you guys were looking at, you know, the kind of composition that PSG put out for game three? Was it sort of more so surprise or anything like that? Or was it just more so like, whatever they pick, we'll just kind of beat them wherever, whatever?
I mean, for sure, we're a bit surprised with the Corki last pick. We didn't expect it, including me. I'm not sure if this was a really good answer or not, but for sure we were not counting on it that much because I think Corki got way nerfed these patches and all the items and runes. So we didn't really expect it. The LeBlanc pick we were expecting more or less since I knew that is one of the Maple comfort picks. So I was assuming that he's gonna go for it at some point of the series. But yeah, besides the Corki pick, I don't think there was many surprises that we were not ready for it. I think most of the picks we kind of predicted, we knew that they're gonna pick, and we're pretty comfortable with the draft. So yeah.
For sure, and it was the result of a good game plan that led to you guys moving on to Swiss stage. You kind of mentioned in past interviews about how it's been a goal for you for this team at the very least to reach Swiss stage, and so with that job done, what's the mission like right now? Like mentality right now with uh now you guys in the second phase of the competition, and now you have a chance, as you said, to take on the world's best players and teams.
Well, for me, going up to these worlds, I don't have any expectations. Of course, my objective is to always win, but I'm just focused to learn as much as I can and improve as much as I can and learn about myself, test myself a bit, like against all the mid laners to like from all the countries, because it's such a good opportunity. You have so many regions competing, so everything brings different meta, different play styles. So I just want to see how I do against all of them, take away as much as I can, learn as much as I can, and if I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna be already happy because I just want to become better player for the next year, and eventually if you're gonna be better and better, you're gonna keep winning and being better. So yeah, it's legit all I'm looking forward like in this world.
Yeah, for sure. You guys have taken down Vikings of Vietnam and now today PSG. And I just want to ask you about your impression of the team's overall form in this playing stage. How do you kind of look back on how the team played? What are the biggest pros and cons that you've seen out of this squad's performance in this first phase? And are you looking to build from that force twist?
I think the planes level is not so high. I expected a bit of more level, I would say. I think also we underperformed today a bit, but in general, I think we are much better than most of the teams in planes. Swiss stage is really hard for me to judge because I never play against these teams in official games, so I need to see how it is.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't scream a lot of the teams from Swiss stage, so it's gonna be surprise for me. I don't have much expectations, and I'm not sure what to expect. Of course, the Asian teams I think are really, really good, and the gap can be really big sometimes. But we will see. It's also way different to play in scrims and officials, so I'm really looking forward because it's gonna be a really amazing experience. And yeah, we will see from there.
Yeah, I know you said in a prior interview specifically with Armand of Sheep Esports about how you're looking forward towards a possible matchup with Chovy and with Genji. Is there any other teams that you kind of have in mind that you kind of want to face, or is it just does it really matter for you?
To be honest, all the Asian teams, because I think the gap of mid laners that are from Asia and Europe is insanely huge, and I think Asia has so many good mid laners that are like top level. Not only Chovy, but there's Faker, there's Showmaker, is Zeka, Knight. All of them are super, super good. So I'm looking forward to face against all of them because again, I can learn so much from this. So it's gonna be super exciting for me.
Of course, I do understand, and hopefully, you're able to get that chance in the long run. And so, I want to ask you also just about the team's overall form in this season, not just overall in this competition so far. Obviously, the team had a pretty high start or pretty good start, finishing runners up in LEC Winter, and then obviously you guys struggled in spring and summer before bouncing back, qualifying for Worlds in the season finals. I just want to look back. How do you kind of look at the struggles this year, and how was the team able to adjust, adapt, and be in this current form? Appearing in an international stage at this point of the season.
I mean, for sure we had a lot of ups and downs. I think for sure I have some regrets the spring and summer split because there was so many games we kind of wasted in a way that we choke or underperform mentally. So for sure the quality of the games could be way better in terms of pure League of Legends. So we could learn way more. But anyway, I think it has been really good lesson this year. I think we learn a lot about ourselves. So if we're gonna take away things from that and use it for the next year, I think it's gonna be super useful. And in the end, in season finals, we did way better when it mattered. When we're about to go qualify for Worlds, we did way better. So I'm happy in general because even though we didn't do the best spring and summer, I think there's so many takeaways from this year, and I learned so much about myself and about the team. So yeah, for me, all the year was really useful. It was really long learning experience, and still we have Worlds. So I'm really looking forward to the end of the tournament because I think it's such a good opportunity.
Yeah, for sure. It's been definitely a great year for you. Just being able to not only appear in LEC, but also now at this as of this moment in time appear in the world stage. And it's interesting just looking at your progression from this point, this year compared to this point last year. This point last year, you were competing in EMEA Masters and playing with the best European teams in the second tier of League of Legends or competitive League of Legends. And so you see that, you take that, you compare it to now where you're literally at the biggest stage of the of that Pro League of Legends has to offer. How do you kind of compare yourself from that time to now? And in addition to that, what do you think was the one thing that improved the most for you as a player?
I think knowledge-wise, for sure, I improve way more my knowledge, both macro game, I would say I improve a lot because, of course, we are competing against better players now. But in general, I'm super grateful because, as you mentioned, like last year, I was competing in EMEA Masters finals. Now I'm at Worlds, so like things turned out fast, really, like super fast. So I'm really grateful that I'm here in this place because like not many people have this opportunity. So yeah, I mean, I learned a lot of lessons about myself also mentally, about my confidence, about a lot of things around that. So again, I'm really grateful for all of that, and I keep looking forward to keep learning and learning because I think in esports is never the learning never stops. Like it always continues. So yeah, it's gonna be super fun.
Quick final question. Biggest lesson that you've learned so far in this competition?
I think to never give up, I would say, mentally, even though there is a lot of struggles in a season in terms of confidence, in terms of, I don't know, you're playing wars better, you are anxious, you are nervous. At least I think the best goal you can have daily for every scrim or official is just to not give up. It's something that you can always control, even though you are feeling really bad. At least if you're not going to give up, you're always going to try something so you can review the games and learn as much as you can from them.
Definitely do understand that, Fresskowy. As like I said before, job well done on today beating PSG, and hopefully you guys can continue that momentum in the future. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.